What's up, YouTube? Just got this used 90-gallon aquarium from Craigslist. Gonna document the whole build process, and I'll keep everybody updated. This is my leak test, so I'm gonna be leaving it for 24 hours. A lot of dirt in there, so I got my power head, my filter, and you can see all the dirt. So far, no leaks. So that's all. This is gonna be my 20-gallon sump. Thank you, Reef. I have two 20-gallon tanks here. One is a 20-gallon long, and the other is a 20 hex. And this one I modified to act as a regular sump with a bubble trap and an area for my protein skimmer. And this is gonna be my refugium, but I'm still waiting for the glass drill bit and bulkhead so I can drill it and attach it to my external overflow. So basically I am going to have the external overflow come in somewhere around here, have another hole so I can install a drain, and it will drain into this section, and over here will be my protein skimmer and pump, and all this, and I already made the measurements, will fit inside my just placed stand. So let me just turn the light on. Here is my aquarium with my new overflow, and the vacuum tube piping thing had a hole in it, so I was pretty disappointed. I won't be able to get a new one until Monday, and it's gonna be a pain to take it off. I should have thought of testing the tube first, I guess, but I didn't. But I did water test it with that seal. I used plumber's putty, a little bit of super glue, and some electrical tape, and the seal seems good. So if I have any problem, I will change it, since this external overflow will be easy to take out. Over here I have a very simple return line. So I got a union fitting so I can remove it easily. I have this just, in case, I don't know. And I decided to change the way I create my return lines. Usually I would make a long strip with holes in it, but this time I kind of decided to do this. These are not glued in, so I can pretty much change the direction of the water flow if I want to point it at a rock or something. It's pretty difficult, or if I want to have one facing up, facing down, or if I want to replace it with like a straight, or I don't know, whatever. This is more flexible. I think this is a little better. This is going to be the aquarium leak test. I got my fingers crossed because I don't have any more silicone, and I really don't feel like doing this again. Okay, so I got 2 compartments filled now. So I guess this kind of means there's no leaks at all, because no water on this side, no water in the middle there. So now for the final phase, I am going to fill everything up, and then I'm going to install my pump and have it feeding into where the drain from the main aquarium will go, or the refugium, and have it cycle through. Just because I've seen it in videos and I kind of think it's cool. Alright. Mission accomplished. My sump is working. I didn't see any leaks, and water is flowing through it pretty well. Now, I could have some issues, because as you can see, it's not very smooth. There's some splashing, and this probably is a lot of flow for this sump. Like maybe I should have gotten a bigger sump. And my pump, I think it's I'm not really sure what gallon per hour is, but I have the same pump set up for my main return in my aquarium, but it's a bit larger. It's going to be 800 gallons per hour. I will probably have to tone that down if I'm going to be using the setup, which I will be using the setup. So, well, I guess we'll see. But everything looks good. The glass is pretty weak. I mean, not the glass, whatever this is. It's pretty weak. I mean, it's bending, which I don't think is a big deal. It's just this part, which has an excess amount of force on it. And the bubble trap, while it's working, I don't think it's working as well as I thought it would be. The reason is I do notice some micro bubbles making it through. I think like maybe if I made the sections wider, or if this was a bigger tank, it would be okay, but I guess I'll have to live with it, or at least tone down my flow a little bit. Anyway, overall I'm pretty happy with the sump setup. It was my first time doing this, so I didn't even know how to cut the acrylic right. I bought some kind of plastic cutter which didn't work from Home Depot. Didn't work at all, so I actually used a soldering iron to cut the individual pieces, which is pretty ridiculous. So anyways, first time. I'm one step closer to the completion of my 90-gallon build, and I've just installed my reef keeper light. There's no real attachments other than the power strips and the SL1 module, all attached to the power strip I have attached to the center of the stand. So this looks pretty neat. I'll be ready pretty soon. I'm just waiting for the 1-inch glass drill bit and alright guys, this is gonna be my sump setup basically. This tank is unfortunately not acting as a refugium, but I have other plans for it. The reason being is because I measured it wrong. I accidentally measured the length between the sides, and that would have been okay, but if the sides are between the tank and the side of the aquarium, then the corners are the ones that are going to be facing the door and the back of the aquarium. And I didn't measure the corner, I measured the sides on both sides as if it was a square box, and you know, turns out the corner is a little too big, just like a couple inches too big. Oh well, that's okay. I can put my auto top off system next to it, and now I have some extra space, so it's cool. In terms of a refugium, most likely what I am going to do is take the refugium style from my old tank and set it up over here. I was hoping not to do that. I was hoping I wouldn't need an extra pump, because that's what I need to use for my refugium. Maybe I won't use the extra pump. Maybe if my new pump is strong enough, which it could be, it's rated up to 815 gallons per hour, and my overflow is rated to 800 gallons per hour. If I can feed my refugium and my main tank with the same pump, I will try to do that, but I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Alright, that is all.
He informs his men about the random drug tests.
If you wouldn't mind going first, if you're okay with that.
I get stage fright.
So, The water is in the tank. The salt is all mixed. The sand is currently settling. The sump is all plumbed. Let's take a closer look. I got my reef keeper light set up. Set up my temperature and pH probe. My float switch. Now controlling my top off system. I took a little bit of macroalgae from my refugium, decided to put it in there just to maybe speed up the process a little bit. Let me show you my equipment that I bought. Oh, by the way, I'm using my same 10-gallon for my new refugium. I'm going to take all the macroalgae from there, put it in here, along with all the sand. As you can see, I just drilled it. I ordered bulkheads and a glass drill bit, 1-inch drill bit from Bulk Reef Supplies. Took a couple of minutes and managed to drill the aquarium. So I don't have all the PVC yet, so this will have to wait till tomorrow, unfortunately. But I think this will do good. This way I have a separate place for my refugium, and that spot can be where my protein skimmer is. Well, actually, that's why I made that area. It's for my protein skimmer. So this is my old light. It's the 108 watt. I forgot what the manufacturer is, but yeah, 108 watt T5. So let's go over my equipment. This is my overflow, the PF 800 gallons per hour. Here is the heater I'm using from Bulk Reef Supplies. I got some good reviews, so I'm going to test it out. And this is my return pump. It's a Quiet One 819 gallon per hour pump. It's actually surprisingly strong. I had to tone it down quite a bit, so I'm hoping to use the same pump to pump water into my refugium also. I don't need that much flow in my refugium, so I think it'll work out fine. I got 2 of these that I'm yet to put in the tank. I just got this today. It's the Corellia Evolution 1400s. I got 2 of these. Hopefully I can create a wave maker effect with these 2 pumps. I think they're strong. They're surprisingly small. Like, here's my hand, and that's how small they are, which is weird. So hopefully I can get some sort of wave effect. Although we'll see. Maybe I'll get 2 more of these if I really don't see any waves. Here's the heater, so I'm about to put in all this stuff. And interestingly enough, this is a digital heater. I wasn't even sure about this, actually. I didn't do that much. I didn't look into it that much. It is a digital heater and it has a temperature probe, which is pretty cool. So let's see how this is going to work out. Almost forgot, I bought a bottle of Tigger pods, and these are Kobe pods, I believe. I'm just going to throw this in with the macroalgae. I think it's good to start up the tank, give these guys a head start. There are between 2,000 and 4,000 in here. Got this at my local fish store. This is what I've been waiting for. It is my new skimmer from Reef Dynamics. You can go on YouTube, type in Reef Dynamics to see what it's all about.
deposits in your engine. It can feel like something's holding your car back.
Let me guess, 16.
That's why there's Castrol GTX. With our most powerful deposit-fighting ingredient, Castrol GTX exceeds the toughest new industry standard. Don't let deposits hold your car back. Get Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineered.
Oh, that's a lot of food. It's actually like way too much food.